Hi guys, it's your girl qochemist, and I'm popping on camera. Just kind of want to chat with you guys about what's going on my head. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you know a couple weeks back I was wearing my hair in these really full, gorgeous curls, and I posted a picture on Instagram at the time basically showing you guys that I had used these perm rods here to achieve the curl. But what I thought I would do is kind of walk you through the steps of what I did to achieve the curls and show you hopefully the takedown. I think these are pretty dry now. So without further ado, the first thing I did was wash my locks with whatever shampoo of choice. And I actually used some conditioner because I hadn't used any in a while. Again, I always do water down my shampoos and my conditioners. I'm really trying to avoid buildup these days. So after I did that, I got out of, I did it in the shower, got out, towel dried my hair. I then applied a leave-in conditioner. This is my leave-in conditioner of choice. It is not a magical leave-in conditioner that is going to do something special that your whatever product you already have will not do. But I really like this product and I've been using it pretty consistently. This is the Jane Carter Solutions Revitalizing Leave-In Conditioner. So I just kind of sprayed some of that all over my hair while it was loose and damp. And then I apply an oil. I don't always do what I did, but I'm telling you what I did today to get these curls. The oil that I use, I don't always use this oil. I've had this oil for a while. I just grabbed this one today. This is an argan oil by Proclaim, which is a brand that I know Sally sells. So this is the one that I use, but again, it's not what I always use. So, you know, if you're looking for a magical formula, I don't have one. So after I did that, applied the oil, make sure it was saturated in my hair. What I have been doing more consistently this year and the end of last year is brushing my locks. Now, in the past, I've been fairly inconsistent, and I would use this brush here. This is an old boar hair bristle brush that, I mean, I've had it. You can see it looks a little abused and used. I like this brush. But what I was finding when using it is that, you know, to brush your locks, it's not like loose hair. So I would have to brush the top, then I'd have to flip it and brush the bottom, and I'd have to kind of use my hand to kind of hold the section of locks. So I remembered that there was a type of brush that has two sides to it. So I went on eBay and I located this. Now, this one here has synthetic bristles that are pretty hard. If your locks are not mature, my locks are almost 7 years old, I would not recommend that you go and buy one of these because it could unravel your locks. But I like it for what it does for me. What it does is it kind of just loosens, fluffs up my locks. I also brushed them, I'm sorry, before I wash my hair. It helps to loosen up any lint that's attached itself to the lock. What I like about this though is I can take one section and do like 2 or 3 strokes, and I've covered front, back, and pretty much sides of each lock in that section. So this is a really great, this one again I got on eBay. It was a couple bucks. I think it came from China, so it took a little while, but yeah. So after my hair had been brushed, was all nice and fluffy, I then started the rolling process. Again, today I used something different than what I used the last time. The last time I used a diluted like setting gel in a lot of water. Today I use this Lotta Body olive oil foam wrap lotion, and even though this bottle looks pretty full, I have used this down, and this has also been diluted with water, so it is not a full strength product, but this is what I used today. It's a foam. So basically, as I took 2 locks to put on each roller, I would just do about a pump of the foam and just kind of rub it from my roots to my tips, and then proceed to wrap my hair around the rollers. These rollers that I'm using, I got them at Sally's a little while ago. They're the Salon Care brand perm rods, and these are 16 millimeters. I'm sorry, I guess that's the inner part. They always have 2 measurements on these. I guess 18 millimeters is the outer diameter. One recommendation or a couple of recommendations I have: when you are rolling your hair, whether it be on pipe cleaners, perm rods, sponge rollers, what have you, it is always important that you start from the very tip of the lock and make sure that you get the entire tip wrapped around the roller and then continue up. Don't leave pieces sticking out. because you will not get a consistent curl. Another thing that I always make sure that I do, even though my hair is not consistently even, I still make sure that I wrap each tip of each lock around the roller. How I achieve that is if I have a section of locks and there's a longer one and then shorter ones, I take the longest, I smooth them out, I take the longest lock first and I start wrapping it. I roll it up until it meets the next longest lock. I pull the end of that around and I continue to roll. That is how I get fairly consistent curls. Of course, so after all of my hair was rolled up, I actually spent the majority of the day letting it air dry. But knowing that I'm about to go to bed and I don't want to sleep on these things because they're not very comfortable, I did sit under my dryer. Last time I sat under the dryer from the beginning. This time I did not. Some people have asked me what kind of dryer that I have. I don't even know if they sell this anymore, but this is like the Ion brand soft bonnet dryer. It's the one that makes you look like you are a astronaut, some people say. It has a cool setting, a low and a high, and when you turn it on, it looks. So without further ado, I'm going to start taking down these rollers, these curls. So what I typically do is just kind of do this little maneuver. So that's the first curl. Yeah. Okay. One quick tip that I had for using these perm rods, sometimes it can be frustrating to use them because when you're trying to, you know, put the cap in or whatever, you feel like the roller's not really tight enough. Definitely these little grooves that are in the bottom of the roller definitely help take up some excess slack. So if it's not in there, you get a little bit of extra length. So I always try to make sure that it is in the grooves, one side of this groove here on the bottom, and it goes either way. So depending upon however you're rolling it, it's going to go on either side. So that way when you're pulling up on it, it tightens up on this elastic and it helps hold your hair a little tighter. So yeah, so I'm going to remove all of the rollers and then I will come back and show you the curls. Alright guys, so I'm back and these are the resulting curls. Some of them did not curl perfectly, but I'm pretty pleased overall. Like I have a couple that are a little loose and I may just re-roll those. Actually, this one I will actually re-roll and I can show you my technique. So I have these two locks and one is definitely much longer than the other. Just to revive the product that's already in them, I'm going to spritz it with my leave-in conditioner real quick. Rub it through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the roller. I'm going to start with the longer lock. And as you can see here, I am rolling from the very tip, starting up. Then I'm going to take the next lock and bring it in and start rolling there. And then from there I will roll all the way up. And I will make sure that this is in the little groove on the end and then bring it up. So that one and a couple more, these two here. Alright guys, so if you follow me on Instagram, then of course you will get to see the progression of these curls over at least the next week or maybe two, depending upon how long I keep them in and how long they actually last. So let me do a quick 360. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please feel free to rate, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Alright, bye guys.